Have you ever woken up and wondered, is this it? Is this all there is? Maybe it was this morning. You hit snooze for the third time, dragged yourself out of bed, and went through the motions. Same routine, same struggles, same questions echoing in the back of your mind. Looking around at your life, you think, there has to be more than this. I want you to know right now you're not alone in feeling this way. And more importantly, you're absolutely right. There is more. Let me tell you about Sarah. She's not a biblical character. She's a real person I know. Every morning, Sarah would sit in her car in the parking lot before work, gripping her coffee cup, trying to find the energy to walk through those office doors. She had a good job, a nice apartment, people who cared about her. On paper, everything looked fine. Inside, though, she felt hollow, like she was living someone else's life, like she was a seed planted in concrete, alive but unable to grow. Maybe you know the feeling. Maybe you're living it right now, waking up tired even after a full night's sleep, going through your day checking boxes, meeting expectations, playing the role everyone expects you to play. But somewhere deep inside there's a whisper, a quiet, persistent voice saying, you were made for more than this. And here's what I've learned. The whisper. It's not your imagination, not discontent or ingratitude. It's your soul recognizing a truth your circumstances have tried to bury. You were made for more. Not more stuff, not more status, not more of the same treadmill, just running faster. You were made for purpose, for meaning, for a life where you wake up with energy because you know why you're waking up. A life where your health isn't just the absence of sickness, where your wealth isn't just numbers in a bank account, and where your happiness isn't dependent on everything going right. I'm talking about a life rooted in depth, in the unshakable. And I know what you might be thinking. Sounds great, but I don't even know where to start. I've tried before. I've set goals, made plans, promised myself change would come. And here I am, still stuck. I get it. I've been there, we've all been there. But what if I told you the restlessness you're feeling, the hunger for more? What if it's not a problem? What if it's actually the first sign of impending change? What if you're not stuck? What if you're just ready? Ready for the seed of hope to be planted in your heart. Ready to discover the purpose you've been searching for has been searching for you. Ready to step into a journey, transforming not just what you do, but who you are. Over the next few videos, we're going to walk this journey together. We're going to talk about health, real health, the kind energizing your body, clearing your mind, and feeding your soul. We're going to talk about wealth, not just financial freedom, but the abundance coming from living generously and purposefully. And we're going to talk about happiness, the deep, lasting joy refusing to disappear when life gets hard. But it all starts here, right now, with you sitting wherever you are, feeling whatever you're feeling, and choosing to believe the whisper in your soul is telling you the truth. You were made for more. And today we're planting the first seed. 2,000 years ago, Jesus told a story about a farmer. It's one of the most famous parables in the Bible, and if you grew up in church, you've probably heard it a dozen times. But I want you to hear it fresh today. Not as a religious lesson, but as a mirror, one reflecting exactly where you are right now. The farmer went out to plant seeds. He scattered them generously, the way farmers did back then, walking through his field with a bag of grain, tossing handfuls in every direction. Some seeds fell on the path, hard-packed dirt where people walked. Birds swooped down and ate them before they could even begin to grow. Other seeds fell on rocky ground, thin soil covering stone. These seeds sprouted quickly, shooting up green and promising. But when the sun beat down, they withered. No roots, no depth, just a brief flash of life, then nothing. Still other seeds fell among thorns. These actually grew for a while. You could see them pushing up through the soil, reaching for the light, but the thorns grew too. Faster, stronger. They choked out the good plants before they could produce anything. But some seeds fell on good soil, rich, prepared earth. These seeds took root. They grew strong, and they produced a harvest beyond what anyone could have imagined, 30, 60, even 100 times what was planted. Now here's where it gets personal. Jesus wasn't just talking about farming. He was talking about us, about you, about the condition of your heart when hope tries to take root. Think about the path, the hard-packed soil. Maybe you've been there. Life has walked all over you. Disappointment after disappointment has beaten down the ground of your heart until it's like concrete. When someone offers you hope, when you hear about purpose or possibility, it just sits on the surface. Before it can sink in, before it can even begin to grow, doubt swoops in like those birds and snatches it away. That might work for other people, but not for me. I've heard this before, it never changes anything. I'm too old, too broken, too far behind. The seed never even gets a chance. Then there's the rocky ground. This one hits close to home for a lot of us. You hear an inspiring message. Maybe it's a sermon, a podcast, a video like this one, and you feel it. You get excited. You make declarations. This is it. This is my moment. Everything's going to change. You start strong. You're all in. For a week, maybe 2. But then life heats up. Pressure comes. The initial excitement fades. And because there's no depth, no real foundation, no daily practice, no roots going down into truth, you wither. Back to the old patterns. Back to the same struggles. Sound familiar? And the thorns, oh the thorns. This might be the most dangerous soil of all because growth actually happens here. You're not hard-hearted, you're not shallow. You genuinely want change. You start making progress. You can feel yourself growing. But the thorns grow too. The worries, the distractions, the demands of daily life. The bills, the responsibilities, the endless notifications on your phone. The voice in your head saying you don't have time for this. You need to focus on real problems. You can't afford to invest in yourself right now. The thorns don't kill the seed immediately. They just slowly, quietly choke the life out of it. Until one day you realize the growth stopped. The hope died. And you're right back where you started. But here's the beautiful part of this parable. Here's why Jesus told it. He wasn't saying, too bad if you're not good soil. He was saying, prepare your soil. You're not stuck being the path or the rocks or the thorns. Your heart isn't fixed in one condition forever. You can soften hard ground. You can dig out stones. You can pull up thorns. You can become good soil. And when you do, when you prepare your heart to receive the seed of hope, when you create space for purpose to take root, when you protect the growth from the birds and the heat and the thorns, that's when the harvest comes. 30, 60, 100 times what was planted. Health that multiplies into energy, clarity, and strength. Wealth that multiplies into generosity, impact, and freedom. Happiness that multiplies into joy, peace, and purpose. The question isn't whether the seed is good. The seed is always good. The question is, what kind of soil are you offering it? Once you've prepared the soil, once your heart is ready to receive hope and let it grow, the next question becomes, what now? What do I actually do with this seed of purpose? The Apostle Paul had an answer. He was writing from prison of all places. Chains on his wrists, guards at his door, uncertain whether he'd live or die. And yet, listen to what he wrote to his friends in Philippi. Not that I have already obtained all this or have already arrived at my goal, but I press on to take hold of that, for which Christ Jesus took hold of me. Brothers and sisters, I do not consider myself yet to have taken hold of it. But one thing I do. Forgetting what is behind and straining toward what is ahead, I press on toward the goal to win the prize for which God has called me heavenward in Christ Jesus. Read those words again. I press on. I strain toward what is ahead. I press on toward the goal. Paul is talking about running a race, not a sprint, a marathon, a long, demanding journey requiring endurance, focus, and relentless forward motion. And here's the crucial part. He's not running someone else's race, he's running his. You have a race too. Your race, not your neighbors, not your co-workers, not the person you follow on social media who seems to have it all figured out. Yours. Your race has a unique starting line. Your background, your experiences, your strengths, your wounds. It has a unique course, the specific challenges you'll face, the specific opportunities you'll encounter, the specific people you'll meet along the way, and it has a unique finish line, the purpose God designed specifically for you. The problem is, most of us spend so much time looking at other people's races, we forget to run our own. We see someone else's health journey, their transformation photos, their discipline, their results, and we think, I should be doing what they're doing. We see someone else's financial success and measure our worth against their bank account. We see someone else's joy and wonder why we can't seem to find it the same way they did. But Paul says, "One thing I do, forgetting what is behind and straining toward what is ahead." Forgetting what is behind. Not dwelling on past failures. Not comparing your chapter 3 to someone else's chapter 20. Not letting yesterday's disappointments dictate tomorrow's possibilities. Straining toward what is ahead. Eyes forward. Energy focused. Moving toward the goal God has set specifically for you. Here's what I love about Paul's honesty in this passage. He admits he hasn't arrived yet. Not that I have already obtained all this or have already arrived at my goal. He's still in the race, still pressing on, still straining forward. And so are you. You don't have to be perfect to start running. You don't have to have it all figured out. You don't have to wait until you're ready enough or good enough or healed enough. You just have to press on. One step, then another, then another. Maybe your race right now is about health. Maybe you're pressing toward the goal of a body with energy, a mind with clarity, a spirit with peace. Maybe you're tired of feeling tired, tired of the fog, tired of running on empty. Your race is learning to honor the temple God gave you, not out of vanity, but out of stewardship. Not to look a certain way, but to feel alive. Maybe your race is about wealth, not greed, but abundance, not hoarding, but stewarding. Maybe you're pressing toward the goal of financial freedom so you can be generous, so you can make an impact, so you can stop living in fear and start living in faith. Your race is learning to see money not as a master, but as a tool for kingdom purposes. Maybe your race is about happiness, real happiness, the kind rooted in joy, not circumstances. Maybe you're pressing toward the goal of a heart at peace, a life with meaning, a soul connected to its creator. Your race is learning to find contentment in the journey, not just the destination. Or maybe, probably, your race is about all three. Because health, wealth, and happiness aren't separate tracks. They're intertwined. They feed each other. They multiply each other. When you honor your body, your mind clears and your spirit strengthens. When you steward your resources, your stress decreases and your generosity increases. When you cultivate joy, your energy rises and your purpose sharpens. It's all connected. It's all part of the race God has set before you. And here's the beautiful truth. The moment you start running, the moment you stop comparing, stop dwelling, stop waiting, and start pressing forward, everything changes. Not overnight, not magically, but steadily, surely. Step by step, mile by mile, you move closer to the person you were created to be. The seed takes root, the harvest begins to grow. And the race? The race becomes less about reaching some distant finish line and more about the transformation happening with every stride. So here we are. You've heard the whisper. You understand the parable. You know you have a journey to run. The question is, what are you going to do about it? Because here's the truth, and I say this with all the love in my heart. Nothing changes until you decide to change it. Hope won't plant itself. The soil won't prepare itself. The journey won't run itself. Faith without action is just a nice idea. But faith in action, that's transformation. So let me give you 3 practical steps you can take right now, today, this moment. 3 ways to prepare your heart and take your first stride. First, examine your soil. Be honest with yourself. Where are you right now? Are you the path, hard-hearted from disappointment, skeptical anything can really change? Are you the rocky ground, excited in the moment but lacking the depth to sustain growth? Are you the thorns wanting change but letting worries and distractions choke it out? You don't have to stay there, but you do have to acknowledge where you are. Grab a journal, open a notes app, or just sit quietly for 5 minutes and ask yourself, what condition is my heart in right now? What's keeping me from being good soil? Unforgiveness could be blocking you. Fear could be holding you back. The constant noise of a life too busy to hear God's voice could be drowning out truth. Whatever the obstacle, name it. Bring it into the light. Because you can't prepare soil, you won't acknowledge needs preparing. Second, plant one hope. Don't try to transform everything at once. Don't create a massive plan with 17 goals and a color-coded spreadsheet. Just plant one hope. For health, try. Second, plant one hope. Don't try to transform everything at once. Don't create a massive plan with 17 goals and a color-coded spreadsheet. Just plant one hope. For health, try this. Tomorrow morning, before you reach for your phone, take 5 deep breaths and thank God for the body He gave you. Drink a glass of water. Move your body for 10 minutes. One simple act. For wealth, try this. Open your bank account, yes, even if it scares you, and look at the numbers honestly. Then ask God, how can I steward this better? How can I be generous with what I have, even if it's not much? One honest conversation. For happiness, try this. Before bed tonight, write down 3 things you're grateful for. Not big, impressive accomplishments, small gifts. The warmth of your coffee, the sound of rain, the fact that you're still here, still breathing, still capable of hope. One moment of gratitude, just one. Plant it, water it, protect it. Let it grow. Third, take your first step. Remember Sarah from the beginning of this video? The woman sitting in her car, trying to find the energy to walk into work, feeling hollow despite her good job and nice apartment? I talked to her recently. She told me about the day everything shifted. She didn't quit her job. She didn't move across the country. She didn't have some dramatic movie moment revelation. She just decided to stop waiting for her life to feel meaningful and start creating meaning in the life she had. Volunteering at a local shelter one evening a week became her first move. Reading her Bible in the morning instead of scrolling social media became her new routine. Running, literally running, 3 times a week, not to lose weight, but to feel alive, became her practice. Small steps, consistent steps, steps in the direction of the person she wanted to become. And you know what happened? The soil of her heart began to soften. Hope began to grow. The journey began to transform her. Not overnight, not magically, but steadily. Surely, your first step doesn't have to be big. It just has to be forward. Reaching out to a friend you've been avoiding could be your move. Signing up for that class you've been thinking about could be your start. Praying, really praying, for the first time in years could be your beginning. Or simply deciding right now that you're done settling for a life feeling hollow could be your turning point. Whatever it is, take the step today. Because here's what I know, you didn't stumble onto this video by accident. You didn't make it this far just to stay exactly where you are. The whisper in your soul brought you here. Over the coming videos, we're going to dive deeper into health, wealth, and happiness. We're going to talk about practical strategies, biblical principles, and real-life stories of transformation. We're going to build on this foundation, one video at a time, one truth at a time. But it all starts with you, right here, right now. Prepare your soil, plant your hope, take your step. The harvest is coming, the journey is beginning, and you, yes, you, were made for this. Let's go.